So I was at work talking to my friend about his situationship and how cooked he is, and then I started telling him about how I dated this girl last year, and he said, "Oh, your girlfriend?" I was like, "No, I just dated her a couple times." Now, I'd always considered myself like an old head, like from the 50s or something, but I just happened to be in this young body in 2026, and I thought I was pretty up to date because I thought I knew what a situationship was. Turns out I'm just as old as I thought I was. To my understanding and the terms I used, a situationship was just when a guy and a girl are dating, but one person likes the other more. Usually the guy is more invested in the girl. And my friend was explaining to me a situationship is just dating without a title, like the title boyfriend and girlfriend. Then he started explaining to me how I'm using the term dating wrong as well, and it's only really considered dating if their title is like girlfriend. And what I was describing was just the talking phase. I always thought the talking phase was when you added some girl on Snap and just texted her, but I don't ever use Snap or Quick Add, so I figured I didn't fit into the category of talking phase since I only physically take girls out. All of this just has me wondering where it all went downhill and how weird it is to me, all the new dating terms. Like, I don't know about y'all, but I personally would like a really cool story to tell my kids one day of how I met their mother. My cousin recently got married, and she had little magazines with photos of her and her husband at her wedding with things about them and how they met, which I thought was really cool, like a really cool idea. But the whole story of how they met was he saw her on another family member's Snapchat. He added her on Snap and she added him back. Like, that is the lamest story I've ever heard. Pretty much the same level as, oh, we met on Tinder. I can just imagine someone asking how a couple met and they say, oh, it's actually a super funny story, and then tells them they met on a dating app. And the person who asked just stands there wide eyed, trying to look interested, but that's the whole story. Like, that is not a funny story at all. That's actually a really lame story. My parents met through mutual friends when they were putting on a church play or something, and they were all meeting at someone's place before they all headed out. But my mom was coming with a friend and had called to say that they would be 7 minutes late. And my dad was there thinking 7 minutes, that's a weird number. Why not 5 or 10? But lo and behold, she walked in exactly 7 minutes later, and he was starstruck by her beauty. Like, that's kind of a cheesy story and all, but at least it's some kind of story, and not, I quick added her on Snapchat. I just think social media has ruined any kind of authenticity. Like, guys used to get nervous about asking a girl and planning a date and picking her up and impressing her parents. Now guys might get a little nervous or concerned if she doesn't add them back. Not to mention the fact that loyalty isn't a trait that people have anymore because of the new term rosters, which is basically just being an attention whore. After my friend had explained dating and talking phase and situationship and obviously rebound, I knew what that was. I went and Googled 2025 dating terms. And let me tell you, wow, what have we become today? Some of these might not be real, but nanoship is now a thing, a term to describe a brief, no effort fling. Like, what is that? That's just hooking up. That's already a thing. Zombied, when someone who ghosted you shows up like nothing happened. Term, eye contact ship, a fake connection where you make loaded eye contact without ever communicating. What in tarnations is that? That's just being a creep. Looking for prolonged periods at a girl does not need to be a term. I think we need to scrap all these made up terms. I think Gen Z just wants to feel like they're contributing, but all they're bringing to the table are some weird terms. In my opinion, you're either in a relationship or you're not. But I don't know. To each their own. Let me know what you guys think in the comments if you feel the same way that I do.